The year was 1900. The world appeared calm. Empires stood tall, cities thrived, and people believed the future would look much like the past. But history had other plans. Because in 1900, the foundations of the modern world were already being laid, quietly, invisibly, and relentlessly. At the dawn of the 20th century, the world was dominated by powerful empires. The British Empire stretched across continents. France, Germany, Russia, and the Austro-Hungarian Empire ruled millions of people. On the surface, global order seemed stable. Trade expanded, technology advanced, and cities grew faster than ever before. To most people, the future looked promising and peaceful. Industry was transforming daily life at an unprecedented pace. Factories roared day and night, filling cities with smoke, noise, and endless movement. Railways stretched across continents, shrinking distances and connecting nations like never before. Electricity slowly illuminated streets, homes, and factories, changing how people lived, worked, and dreamed. New inventions promised comfort, efficiency, and prosperity. Machines replaced hands. Speed replaced patience. Many believed technology would solve humanity's greatest problems. But progress came at a cost. Wealth accumulated in the hands of a few, while millions labored in dangerous conditions for long hours and little pay. Child labor, overcrowded cities, and poor living standards became common realities. Beneath the surface of innovation and optimism, social tensions quietly intensified, waiting for the right moment to erupt. Despite growing rivalries, most Europeans believed that a large-scale war was impossible. The memory of past conflicts seemed distant, almost irrelevant in a modern, interconnected world. Political leaders spoke confidently about diplomacy and balance. Newspapers praised international cooperation, cultural exchange, and economic growth. Peace conferences were held, treaties were signed, and public speeches promised stability. To ordinary citizens, the future appeared secure. Many believed that reason, trade, and progress had made war obsolete. But behind closed doors, something very different was happening. Nations watched one another closely, measuring strength, counting resources, and studying weaknesses. Every gesture was calculated. Every alliance was questioned. The peace people trusted so deeply was far more fragile than it appeared. In private rooms and dimly lit halls, secret alliances were quietly formed. Agreements were signed not in public squares, but behind locked doors. Military plans were drafted in absolute secrecy. Maps were spread across long tables. Borders were traced with fingers. Timetables were calculated down to the hour. Generals and politicians prepared for conflicts they claimed they wanted to avoid. Each nation believed it was acting defensively, yet every plan assumed war was inevitable. These hidden agreements linked countries together in fragile chains. An attack on one nation would trigger responses from many others. What seemed like protection was, in reality, a trap, one that would soon pull the entire world into a single, unstoppable conflict. As the years passed, tension grew stronger and more visible. Diplomatic smiles masked deep suspicion. Trust between nations slowly eroded. Armies expanded across Europe. Weapons became deadlier, faster, and more efficient. Military parades filled city streets, celebrated as symbols of pride and strength. Nationalism intensified across borders. People were taught to see neighbors as rivals and enemies as inevitable. Patriotism turned into pressure. Pride turned into provocation. By the early 1910s, time was running out. The balance holding Europe together was cracking. The world was moving toward a breaking point, whether it realized it or not. 1900 was not the end of an era. It was the beginning of something far more dangerous. In the next video, we will explore the individuals and moments that turned rising tension into global catastrophe. Because history doesn't change in a single moment. It builds silently,